So it's a few days after we asked for our certificate, our permission to burn. We felt it was just too windy, so what we did was, that was the day we lit the small wood burning stove instead. We're about 5 days later on, we've got a new permission, and let's see if a woman can make fire.
So while Elaine's been cleaning and clearing the scrub on the land, I've been tidying up the bottom half of the land, just tidying up our van, moving the stuff out that we want to keep and putting the stuff in the greenhouse, basically just trying to organise it so that we know all the stuff is going to get used. So really I've just been taking these bits and bobs out of the bus and organising them here in the greenhouse. We haven't really got anywhere else to put them at the moment, so it's just trying to see what we've got and where we're going to put it really. At the moment this is a good temporary storage for it. The bus over here is now pretty much empty. We had loads of wood being stored in here, but that's all now into the greenhouse. We had loads of just bits and bobs, honestly, in the van. That's all now gone into the back of the car to go up to the house or in the greenhouse. Yeah, so it's just been a kind of a tidying day. This little area here has always been a bit of a mess, so just nice to use a pallet just to keep it a little bit tidy again. We purchased quite a long length of hose to get the water out of the well. Yeah, it's not so much trailing all over the place now. I've just tried to make it a little bit tidier, a little bit more organised. So you can go down there behind the polytunnel and then behind the van, which is where our IBCs are at the moment. So Elaine's been clearing the spoil piles at the top of the land, bringing all the lovely soil down to our raised beds at the bottom of the land here, as well as the ash, and is now preparing the raised beds down here. Whilst Elaine's been doing that, I've been making a cup of tea on the wood burning stove, and now I've just put the soup on the heat to get that started as well. So I'm standing here next to the well, just here, and then just behind me is our tree area where all of our trees have been planted. It's looking really, really nice. Elaine said the other day that she was very proud of it, and rightly so. It looks really, really nice. So my plan for today, well, Elaine told me to do today, was to get these watered. So I've organised the hose to get up to the trees, the hose from the well through the pump up to the trees. But our pump is powered by a generator which only has a UK plug socket on it, and the pump has a European plug on it. So we're gonna have to leave that probably until I get back up to the house to pick up the adapter. So whilst Elaine's been working on the land, clearing the scrub piles and bringing it down here to our raised bed area, the really good soil and the ash from the burns, I've been working here on getting lunch ready on the wood burning stove. So at the moment we've got some soup going, just getting heated up. See if we can have a look, see if it's nearly ready. I think it's almost there. Let's have a look. It's okay. Oh yeah, I would say that's pretty much ready to go. Okay, so I'll give Elaine a call and we can get in the van. I've set up a little area where we've got our fruit and bread organised, and we'll just sit in there and have our lunch. Both about the same amount of vegetables here. When I didn't have a ladle I couldn't pour it very well, but it seems to have done quite a good job of itself.
Nice.
There you go. It's quite warm. It was very hot.
Nice. When I was raking it out of the spoil pile yesterday, all the soil, it didn't look like very much, but that's 3 wheelbarrow loads I've brought down. And it's filled one bed. So there's loads in that pile. That's why I think that pile is so big, because it's just like
just soil
underneath. Yeah.
Well, it kind of makes sense when you're just scraping
all the bushes
all the
and the weeds and everything out.
So all of the topsoil, all the best stuff, has all gone into a nice pile for you to now collect. So that was a lovely lunch. So now I'm just back off to the house to pick up that adapter so that we can get the generator working and then get these trees watered. What I'll also do whilst I'm there is pick up our drill, our impact driver drill, and then we'll be able to take a bit more of the bus apart as well. Take some of the good wood out of the bus and put it in storage. Yeah, the weather's interesting here. It's a lovely, beautiful day. You can probably see the clear sky behind me. Absolutely beautiful. Now that the wind's gone, it's really quite warm as well. But as soon as that wind comes and that wind chill, yeah, it definitely makes a bit of a difference. But that's Portugal in the winter, of course, which we've never experienced, I don't think. We've experienced Portugal November time, which was absolutely beautiful the first time we came in November, but now we're seeing it in the winter, and still beautiful, just a little bit chilly now and again, especially at night. Yeah, so let's get home, get that adapter and bring it back up the land. So I'm not sure if we mentioned on any of the videos, recent videos, that our plan is to move the bus off of the land and get it away, hopefully to like a scrapyard or something like that. Just get somebody to take it away basically. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our house in the place of the bus. So that's the reason for getting everything out of the bus really, just so that we've got to keep all the bits that are in there, because there's good bits of wood and things that we can definitely use. Then we'll get the bus up to the top of the land, get it gone, and we can start building our tiny house down there. So whilst we were talking about the little tiny house or little tiny structure that we're going to build on the land just behind you, just over there, yesterday I went to the local junta to have a word with the mayor. The junta is basically the mayor's office, the mayor's building, just a small little village place. And I went in and had a word with the mayor, and I explained what we wanted to build. We're basically just a temporary wooden structure, no foundations, a little bit more than a shed, but not much more than a shed. And I got permission to do that, and we've got written declaration as well to say they're happy for us to go ahead and build that tiny cabin structure on our land. So now that we have the permission to do that, which is great news, we can now think about starting to get on with building that. We're going to draw some plans up, get some pricings, and we'll probably start that, I would think, maybe we'll start the pricing sort of as soon as possible, but actually getting on with the work will happen probably in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So for now, we're going to get that generator started up and get some water onto those trees. Composting toilet.
Good idea. Yeah, wouldn't take much rearranging.
It's a box, isn't it? It's a wooden box. If I can get it up in one piece.
Yeah, should be able to unscrew in there.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a couple that went into the floor.
Yeah. Well, that could be our composting toilet. What do you think of that for a start of a composting toilet?
Definitely work.
So that's all their spare bits of wood being cleared out of the van now and put into the polytunnel for storage for when we build our little cabin.
One bed done, lots of other little sort of niggly things and just clearing out. But I'm glad that we've watered the trees. I'm glad that we've watered the trees because it hasn't rained.
For quite a few days. I say for quite a few days, but I can't honestly remember the last time it has rained, which is good. So just having a little walk down to the lake just to see how that is doing. We have had a leak in it, as I'm sure you're aware. The leak has been continually leaking. It hasn't actually stopped yet, but Elaine did do a bit of digging here the other day to try and spot how it's getting through, something like that, so at least we have an idea about how to fix it at some point. So I'll show you the lake and show you how it's looking at the moment. Quite a lot emptier than I think the last time we filmed it. Okay, well, let's have a look. So yeah, this is the lake now. It's got its own beach now, its own river beach or its own lake beach, and it's a lot emptier. We've still got, in this part of the lake here, it's still about, I don't know, 2.5 meters deep, so we've still got quite a bit of depth there, especially as also we've got the fish in there at the moment. They're probably deep down in that section there. This is where the leak is, somewhere around here, just down here in the lake. This is the job that we did to fix it a few weeks ago, or not to fix it, to help with the fix, should I say, because it's not a permanent fix at the moment. We're still working on this, but as well as that's where the breach was, just there. But as well as that, we have this leak going down to the bottom of the land from here, from just the other side of the lake. So we think, just to get a bit of perspective if I can, that we have a leak here. There is some plants matter here, which Elaine's mentioned before, that is probably coming through, going underneath here, and then coming out somewhere about here. And as you can see, the water is flowing off down to the bottom of the land. We're watching it, we're trying to learn from it, and then I think we'll make a decision on how to fix it, if we're going to fix it. This is another thing we're thinking about, because at the bottom of the land we could also have another pond possibly there. This is the area where we're likely to keep chickens and ducks, so having a pond there won't be such a bad idea after all. We're still thinking about it.